the second in a series that I am calling Astral Chronicles, or the Astral Chronicles. I'm still waking up in the morning time where I am. Oh, let me make sure I have a candle going. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for seeking harmony both within and without. Clearing the throat chakra. So, I'll have a sip of coffee. Wow. So, I just decided some time ago, quite recently actually, that I would start talking a little bit and sharing a little bit about my experience and understanding of astral space and of dream work. And yeah, before I begin, I just want to say I love you so much. I'm so grateful and so thankful for everybody that has been part of this journey. And that, as I say all the time, being in harmony is about loving both your shadow and your light, and being able to love and find beauty and grace and magic and wonder in the dark and the light. Yeah, so what's today's lesson? So the first in this series um so if you resonate with any of this, then you may find it beneficial to look into the first in this video series, which is about the astral space, about dreaming, and that one was specifically about how you land, how you come back into your waking reality, into the 3D. This lesson, what I'm talking about today, is what I've channeled as the gold anchor in your bedroom. Okay, so this comes with a little story, which is basically that as I was falling asleep last night, well, first, if you don't know, I live in the rainforest. Okay, so there's all sorts of wild animals. I live very close with nature. I'm very blessed to be living on the lands of my native people, not this specific tribe where I am, which is the Bundjalung peoples of the Aboriginal people of so-called Australia. I am Indigenous. I am many things, but I am an Aboriginal medicine woman. And so as I'm falling asleep, when I'm in that dreamy, drifty space, I started getting these just little flashes of snake skin, specifically python snake skin. And because I live in the rainforest, I actually did get up and just did a little check, like just a little double check around the corners of the room, made sure that, the fly screen on the window hadn't busted. I checked that the door was shut just to make sure, because I was really like, every time I was dropping into that space, into that gentle, into that gentle, soft space before you go into deeper sleep, before you actually fall into the astral space. This really, it's a very divine, gentle, but kind of mysterious space that you'll know what I'm talking about if you're resonating with this. And I just kept getting this very sudden, kind of out of nowhere, not connected to any of the thoughts I was having or the dreams that I was about to go into. Because that's the other thing, is as you go into astral space, you actually start getting almost like a pre-echo of what you're about to see, where you're about to go, the dreams you're about to experience. And as I said, I'm still waking up, so please forgive. But I'm here, bringing this message out of the astral space into the 3D to share with you. So I was getting these flashes of the snake, but I was like, so I did a little energy check, and I was like, am I about to have a nightmare? Am I going into a dark space or a darker region of the astral world? Or, as we can say, some might like to talk about it as your own psyche, your own spaces of trauma, your own spaces of fear, your own spaces of joy, happiness, all the memories that we carry and hold with us. But I wasn't getting any negative feeling. I wasn't getting any fearful, dangerous, any feelings like that that suggested that there was an actual snake in the room with me. And having said that, snakes are very beautiful creatures. They're very misunderstood. They have had a lot of things cast upon them via religion, via mythology that's been changed for different reasons, for different people's benefit. I won't go into that. Thank you. Set that aside. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial to everyone involved. I just want to acknowledge your ancestors, my ancestors, and the ancestors of the ground on which I stand. Okay, so basically, the interesting thing is, I got up this morning. I was like, so I checked it, and I was like, I'm not sure what that is. But as a First Nations medicine woman, healer, oracle, seer, and person, I had an instinct that the snake imagery that kept flashing, and specifically it was the patterns of the snake. So it was just like this beautiful patterning, which anyone who has actually done plant medicine, specifically ones connected to South America, or done divine healing of the divine feminine within, regardless of your gender, while you're engaging with plant medicine, you will also know that snakes are significant. And snake patterning is something that you can see almost like a fractal, yeah. And that can be part of your plant medicine experience. So I was like, this is either coding that's coming in from grandmother ayahuasca, from abuela, or this is coding that is coming in from my ancestry, from my bloodline, or even the ancestry and the bloodline of the people here where I am. And then the most interesting thing happened this morning. This morning I wake up, and as I'm shuffling things around in the kitchen, making this cup of coffee right here, I looked over, and the place on the wall where I usually have this sitting, I noticed that this drawing that I had on the wall wasn't there. It had fallen off. And this was the drawing. A snake, right? So I realized that, because I've been waiting for the next message of the Astral Chronicles to come through, the next thing I meant to talk about. And then I realized that as I was falling asleep, going into the astral space, I was receiving coding and messages connected to this specific piece of artwork that fell on the ground in my physical reality. The other interesting thing about this particular artwork is that I did it when I was on residency in Paris, in my life before, realizing the healer that I am, realizing the medicine woman I am, and really deeply connecting into my real calling, my true path, which is to be a healer. So this is from my old life. This is from my past life. This is not from a past life before this incarnation. This is from the life when I specifically thought I was going to be an artist and a curator for the rest of my life. That's what I thought my calling only was. And of course, I'll go into this another time. I'm thinking of, I am getting the sense that I'll be opening up with more stories, story time about my own journey of ascension, my own path as a healer, my own experiences of both surviving and rising within the plant medicine community, specifically as an Indigenous person. And now I'm getting a lot of coding coming in. Please give me clear divine guidance, being most beneficial for everyone involved. I'm an energy worker, so I'm also moving energy for both of us, for all of us, as I'm doing this work. So yeah, the fascinating thing is that as I was falling asleep, I was getting this coding coming in about this artwork that had physically dropped onto the floor. I get the sense that it had already dropped onto the floor when I was starting to fall asleep last night, but there is a potential that it actually hadn't fallen on the floor yet. But the imagery that I was getting, the flashes in my astral space, as I was sinking into the astral space, as I was connecting into the dream world, that it was somehow energetically tied to this artwork. And then that may have even made it fall onto the floor. I'm not really sure. I get the sense that, in fact, I'm not even sure. I don't even need to say. So, oh, itchy nose. Oh, the clairvoyant itchy nose. the witch's nose has gone off. Also, a happy October to everybody. Yeah, so I just thought it's very interesting. And then so this lesson, thank you for the patience. This lesson, this little space here is me opening up and talking about, okay, so this artwork is instrumental for a few reasons. Number one, it's not completed, or maybe it is, but I started this patterning and then ended up doing a whole bunch of different, I got really obsessed with Art Nouveau and ended up going in a very different, not very different, but a different path with my artwork specific to this residency that I did in Paris at a place called the Cité International, where I essentially won a residency, won a scholarship to live in Paris for 3 months in a apartment that was also an art studio. So that's from like a time. So, oh gosh, I'm getting such an itchy nose. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Okay. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial. Everyone involved. You have an anchor in your bedroom. Okay. Please give me clear divine guidance. Let's get this message through. You have an anchor, a gold anchor that sits in your physical realm that tethers you to your physical body and your physical space, the 3D space that you are sitting within, that you are laying within, that you are sleeping within, where your vessel is also being protected. I think that is the essential part of this message, is that, you know, you have these, like there's some mythology, there's some almost urban legends around. I've heard it said before that if you die in your sleep, you actually die in reality, in real life. This video is for entertainment purposes only, as we say here on YouTube. But so there's something about, oh, it's really funny the way this is all coming through. Some people sleep with a symbolic weapon near their bed. I don't condone violence. I am not talking about that. But some people who are very experienced in astral travel, who do a lot of dream work, who do a lot of astral space battle, spiritual warfare within the astral space, are actually, they will often have something symbolic next to their bed for the battle. Some people will have a samurai sword sitting somewhere near their bed. Other people will have a Bible that sits near their bed because they see that as a weapon to protect themselves. Of a lot of people, you'll have some kind of stone, some kind of crystal that is protective. Other people will literally have a gun that sits somewhere near their bed. Now, you could say that's for a physical reason, so that if anyone comes into your house, you'll be able to wake up and grab that weapon and defend yourself. Other people understand that there is an anchor, there is a tether between this reality, this physical reality, this current incarnation, this lived experience happening in the now, and the astral realm. Part of the reason I'm meant to be giving you this message is that some of you are having fear around your physical body being protected while you are in the astral space. And I just want you to know that that fear is not something you have to worry about, because you are always connected to the physical world. There is a golden anchor that sits in your bedroom, in your physical space, and in that golden anchor there is coding that protects you while you are sleeping, while you are doing astral work. That anchor is also guarded over by your spirit team, by your ancestors, by your protectors, by the I'm seeing elven energy. I'm seeing a lot of light. I'm seeing a lot of purple. I'm seeing a lot of blue. I'm seeing a lot of golden light. There's a lot of golden light in the collective at the moment. Thank you, Spirit. And so you don't ever be afraid that you are not protected. It's really interesting. I did not expect this to be the next Astral Chronicle that I would do. I didn't expect this would be the next lesson to come out. But yeah, if you're just joining, as I was falling asleep last night, I was getting flashes of snakeskin in my mind's eye. And then I woke up to find that this drawing of mine had fallen off the wall. Really wild. This is because while I am asleep, while I am in the astral space, while we are in the astral space, while you are in the astral space, there is a golden anchor with a golden thread that connects you to your physical reality. And that is important because the mind, the consciousness, the astral body, the energetic body is your real body, is your real vessel. I'm sorry if that's confusing. Maybe that is confusing. It is your you have your physical vessel, which is here sleeping while you're astral traveling and doing astral battle and astral work and astral grid work and astral healing of past traumas. Going astrally, we time travel. Astrally, we go back and we mend and we fix timelines. We go back and we comfort our higher selves that have died in other lives. We go back to different points in time and space and do important work. You have been doing, if you have found this video, or this video has found you, understand you're doing important astral work, but also never allow fear of your physical body to come into that astral space, because there is a golden anchor that tethers you to this physical reality. And in that golden anchor, there is so much protection, there is so much coding, and it's almost like an alarm bell. It's almost like, when you get when you have a baby, or there's a baby sleeping and you have like a baby monitor. That's really funny. They're showing this golden anchor also acting as a baby monitor when you're sleeping, for your spirit team to be able to call in the spirit team if ever you are in danger in the astral space, especially in a way that has any kind of potential of actually harming clear the throat chakra, harming or hurting your physical vessel, or making you so far in the astral that you are too disconnected from the physical reality that you, for example, wouldn't wake up when somebody, knock on wood, of course, enters your home or your space without your consent. Or, for example, again, knock on wood, this is very protected space, by the way, don't worry. If there was something like a fire or a natural disaster, you would be aware of it because of this golden anchor. Whew. Okay, I feel like that was really rambly, like that was very, like I said, that's not the second lesson that I expected to happen, but it's really interesting. And I guess the other thing about this particular drawing that fell on the floor is that it's not only from my life before I really realized that I'm a healer, but when I realized I was a healer, I then understood that my artwork has always been healing, has always been different modes of healing for myself as well as the viewer of my artwork, particularly when it comes to culture, particularly when it comes to past lives, bloodlines, ancestral wounding, intergenerational trauma, inner child healing, which is of course connected to your intergenerational trauma, your bloodline trauma, as well as sensitivity that I didn't understand that I had to trauma laid in the grid, the physical grid of wherever I sleep. So if I travel somewhere, if I go to a country, if I go to a place and there happens to be something traumatic that has happened in that location that has not been energetically healed or released, or if there are spirits, because I'm also a medium, then I was having, I was getting very much affected by those things. And so all of that was channeling out in my artwork. So it's really interesting that as I'm doing this important astral work, and literally waiting to be like, what's the second astral chronicle going to be? What's the second lesson going to be? That this happened. And that I was seeing these visions of the snake skin as I was falling asleep. Like so much to the point that I got up and checked there was no snake in the house. Because as I said, I live in the rainforest. Oh my gosh. The witch's nose is like going off right now. It's so itchy. Holy. So let's just close this off really quickly and see if the cards have any kind of message to bring through regarding this. Please give me clear divine guidance. Be most beneficial for everyone involved. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for seeking harmony both within and without. And so much love, gratitude, and thanks to everyone who clicks like, shares, and subscribes, because it helps bounce out these messages so we can rise together. Okay, let's just clear a bit of energy. Particularly if you've had big astral experiences in the last few days, the last few nights. Let's just try and safely acknowledge that tether, that golden energy, that golden link that connects you to your physical body as you're doing this astral work. I'm also just going to take this moment. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to take this moment. Okay. If you're a channeler, you understand this sensation. I'm going to take this moment to just thank you for the astral work you're doing. I just want to say thank you for the astral work that you are doing in other planes of existence. Okay, let's get some messages from Lemuria. Lemuria was and is a ancient civilization. Not my favorite word, but we use these words so that each other understands each other. You know, everyone can have their own understanding of different words. Oh my gosh. Sorry, so itchy nosed. And my crown chakra is very activated. A lot of you have very big crown chakras. A lot of you have very, very large third eyes that can see very far into the distance, is what I am hearing. Please give us clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. Show us about the gold anchor in our bedroom. We've already got one card that's just jumped out that I'm smiling at. You'll see why in a second. Please give me clear divine guidance. The most beneficial for everyone involved. Okay, wow. Okay, so we have the solar plexus chakra has jumped on out. Beautiful artwork. It's just stunning. Yeah, and for a lot of you looking at artwork that has fractals in it, looking into leaf patterns, looking into the Fibonacci spiral in nature, looking at I'm seeing somebody hold an orange and look really closely at the patterns in the skin of the orange. Start opening up to the fractals, okay? For some reason that's significant. And then we have the throat chakra coming out. And this tarot deck has all sorts of things in it. It only has a few. It's not just all chakras. So the solar, of course, I was smiling at the solar plexus coming out because that is gold. That is the color. That is the sunshine. That is the belly fire. That is the self-belief. Working with gold, amber, oranges, and yellows are going to be beneficial to you at this time, particularly have it around the space that you sleep. Radiant illumination. That's what's coming through. Radiant illumination. And as this illumination happens in the astral space, in your subconscious, in the higher planes of reality, the higher dimensions of consciousness itself, as that happens, your anchor gets stronger, your thread gets stronger, your tether to your physical body, your physical vessel, and the world around you, the environment that you're within, will all become stronger and all become more illuminated, is what I'm hearing. And the throat chakra, express your truth. Express your truth. So this is coming through today, talking about bringing the truths that you discover in the astral space, bringing them into reality, bringing them into your life. And I'm not talking about, shouting your dreams from the rooftops. Not everyone is going to have a comprehensive understanding or even accessing what you have found and discovered in your astral space. A lot of people will have their own limitations, as well as their own point in their own ascension journey and their own journey within the collective awakening. This is quite a surprise to me today, this morning. It's a surprise. Please give us clear divine guidance. Okay, let's just get a few tarot cards to see if there's any more that needs to come through around the gold anchor in your bedroom that tethers you to your physical world, to your physical 3D reality as you're doing this astral work. Again, I want to thank you for the astral work that you're doing. The Lovers. Choices, decisions. I just heard decision time. But also there's something about the Lovers card that is very free. There's something about the Lovers card that is very limitless, that is very utopian, that is very dreamy, we can say. And then the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles holding that ace of Pentacles. Bring the truth that you discover in the astral space, safely bring them along the golden tether, and if you need to, you can allow them to sit safely within the golden anchor. As we said before, has lots of coding of protection, as well as is like a baby monitor for your spirit team. And just know that you will always be safe. Your body, your vessel is safe because of this golden anchor as you're doing this astral work. And that you will find that there are messages in your astral space that are like this example that happened last night to me is literally such clear evidence, whatever that is, that the astral space, the astral dimensions, the planes of existence that in the ether are here in the present, and vice versa. And so the deeper you can go into your astral space, the deeper you can connect to the higher realms of consciousness within yourself, the more you will understand the world around you. The more you will feel safe in your body, feel whole in your vessel, feel connected to the environment, the people, the places, the energies around you. The more you will feel at home in your bedroom, the more you will feel at peace in your own space, because of the deeper ethereal messages that are in the dream space for you. And whoever, if you found this video, and it's not going to resonate with everybody, that's for sure, because this is some pretty high level astral work that I'm talking about. This is some, like, that thing of like literally seeing something in your dream and then waking up and it's in your hand. This is like, in terms of the messages, the symbolism, the coding that you find in your astral and sleep space, they are here. They are divinely connected. And of course, snakes also have lots of symbolism. This is also a huge ink well spot that took place when I was making another artwork. Okay. I guess that's it. I guess that I will close it off here and just say that, yeah, protect yourself in your astral space. This is not me saying you don't have to protect yourself in the sleeping world, in the sleeping world. That's funny, because ironically, a lot of the world is actually sleeping in terms of not wanting to awaken to these higher levels of consciousness because of the trappings of the physical reality. So I'm talking about like reverse engineering it. Instead of trying to use your physical reality to understand your dreams, use your dreams to understand your physical reality. Use what you find, the coding, the symbolism, the magic in your astral space that is telling you things about how you are showing up in the physical world, and all the magic, all the deeper meanings, the deeper ethereal meanings that are in our physical world, as well as our physical timelines, our physical vessel, our bloodline, right down to our bloodline, which is very much part of the coding that protects this golden anchor. And I can feel the message just kind of like cascading open further than what I can express in these limited human words and limited English language. But we are not limited. We are limitless. Thank you for being here. This is the second video in Astral Chronicles, the Astral Chronicles. And yeah, Take care of yourself, protect yourself, and know that you're doing amazing work in the astral space, and it's having a profound effect on the physical reality. And don't forget to take care of your inner child. Lots of love from Codes of Harmony.